In case you don't remember, Mallory's family goes on vacation to Sea City every year. It's basically a beach boardwalk in New Jersey. This year, Mallory gets to bring her 7 friends, which basically doubles the number of kids for no reason. I feel so bad for her parents. Also, her younger siblings. Why don't they ever get to take anybody along with them?
Argo Funk Book Review. Argo Funk Book Review.
This book was written by Peter Larangis. We start with Kristy narrating a BSC meeting. Shannon is there. Shannon sure has been showing up a lot ever since book 61, huh? It's explained that Jessi is going to Sea City with Mallory's family, and Stacey is going with the Bretts. All the others will go there much later on. So, half the Sea City book takes place at home? That's a bad premise for a vacation book. Claudia is in summer school because she failed math. Claudia ends up being the smartest one in summer school, which is good for her ego. She makes friends with all the students. And hey, wait a minute, how is she meeting the students for the first time in the summer? She's in remedial math class with them. Continuity! Everyone goes to the Pike house to watch them pack their suitcases in the car. Fascinating. Then we get 2 chapters of them driving to Sea City. 2 chapters of driving. Again, fascinating. There's another babysitter named Toby. Toby and Stacey dated a few times in book 34. He said that he doesn't want to get tied up with some girl from another state, so he's going to date other people when he gets back home. Stacey's done the exact same thing with all of her vacation boyfriends, but that doesn't stop her from throwing a fit. How could Toby dump me like that? He broke my heart. I never want to see that monster again, ever. So, naturally, Toby is there on the day they first arrive. Mallory can't believe how gorgeous he is. He says he can't believe how much she's changed since book 8, and he randomly smiles at her for the rest of the day.
Could it be? It didn't seem possible. He was so much older. 15 probably. But I liked the way he was making me feel. I had never felt that way before.
Oh yeah, Mallory has a thing for Stacey's ex-boyfriend! Stacey can't believe that a boy would actually be attracted to Mallory, so she yells at Mal and says it's all a trick. Don't fall for it! Mallory calls Stacey out on being jealous, and the drama is so great, I'm almost willing to overlook the fact that Toby is too old for Mal. Almost willing to overlook it. He's 15, she's 11, it's gross. Marianne and Dawn are putting on a summer camp for all the neighborhood kids. Normally, the entire club would be involved in something like this, but no, it's just the 2 of them this time. Dawn narrates the first day of camp. The kids mess up an art project, and Elvira the goat hits Jenny Prezioso in the butt. It's kind of hilarious. Marianne narrates the last day of camp, where they have a big sleepover. Dawn makes up a scary story. Even though she knows the story is fake, Marianne is such a wimp, she's too afraid to go to sleep that night. As for Kristy, she has a baseball match against Bart, only most of her team is gone for summer vacation. Kristy goes door to door to recruit new team members. None of them know how to play the game, and they do silly things like play patty cake and pick flowers. The parents don't seem to care. In fact, one set of parents throws a champagne picnic. I guess the parents in this town would rather get drunk than watch their own kids. Kristy's team loses 34-1. The only run comes when Charlie hides the ball from the other team. No one really cares about the cheating. I guess the audience is drunk on champagne. Back at Sea City, Margot narrates as she finds a tide pool and shows it off to everyone else. Jessi takes the kids through the downtown area, and they see a sign for a sandcastle competition. The kids are excited until they learn all the other competitors are adult professionals. Claudia and her new friends talk about all the fun things that happened during summer school, like the time Claudia tried to bring a calculator to class, but she accidentally brought a TV remote. Claudia is an idiot. Claudia feels bad when she can't go to a party that one of her new friends is hosting, and honestly, who cares? We're never going to see these characters again. Kristy, Marianne, Dawn, Claudia, and Logan come up to Sea City with Mrs. Barrett's boyfriend, Franklin Harris. No, his name is Franklin DeWitt. Continuity. So he brings more babysitters than actual children. How does he fit them all in one car? Logan is a little nervous about meeting Alex, Marianne's first boyfriend. Marianne and Alex went out before she met Logan. But what if she's still interested in him? What if she still loves him? Marianne is extra clingy to Logan when the boys meet, and Logan is pleased to see that he's a lot bigger than Alex is. Logan decides his relationship with Marianne is not in any danger, and they have a fun date on the boardwalk. Stacey is a jerk to Mallory, and everyone else, really. Mallory meets Toby again, and he asks her out on a date. Mallory decides she's in love. Hurricane Bill starts to form on the East Coast. There's a lot of worrying over, will the hurricane come here? Should we evacuate? Is the realtor going to charge us full price if we leave early? The sandcastle competition is canceled due to the hurricane, and Jessi is relieved that the kids will not humiliate themselves now. Of course, the hurricane does hit Sea City. The only way out of town is flooded, so they spend the night in a school gym. That's Stacey in the picture? She looks like Mallory without glasses. Oh, is that why Stacey's ex is into Mallory? They look like twins. Back at home, Karen is excited for the hurricane. Why is there a Karen chapter here? Karen has nothing to do with the story. Whatever. The hurricane comes in at 3 a.m. when everyone's asleep, so we never actually see the hurricane that the book spent 70 pages talking about. Boo. The hurricane makes a minor mess, but no one is injured. Karen helps clean up. Buddy Barrett gets a chapter where he helps clean up, and he decides his mom is cool. At home, Logan becomes insanely jealous of Alex, even though he just decided he has nothing to worry about. Wow, Logan is super fickle. Marianne calls and she says she hasn't seen Alex at all because his family evacuated last week. Logan feels stupid, and he makes it up to Marianne by renting a horse and buggy. I am not joking. Logan gets a horse and buggy to ride Marianne home as an apology. I think a normal person would have pretended they weren't jealous in the first place. That's what Marianne did when she worried about Logan finding a vacation girlfriend in Super Special 3. Either way, I think we can agree that Marianne and Logan are a good couple because they are equally paranoid about each other. Mallory prepares for her date with Toby. She gets Claudia to pick an outfit for her, and Claudia casually mentions the time Mallory and Ben got into a fight over how to use the library catalog. Mallory suddenly remembers, oh yeah, I have an official boyfriend. Oops. Are you serious, book? Mallory conveniently forgets about her boyfriend until the ending? This is dumb. So Mallory decides she loves Ben, and she cancels her date with Toby. Now Mallory and Stacey are friends again. Yay, Babysitters Club best friends. The end. Post-book follow-up. It was a great idea to do a Sea City super special. The two previous Sea City books were popular with fans, and I gave them both a 6 out of 10. Doing a double-length Sea City story with all the babysitters is a good premise. Sadly, the execution left a lot to be desired, and this is not a good book. The main problem is that too much of the book takes place outside of Sea City. This is especially obvious with Kristy and Claudia. Both girls get 3 chapters, and 2 of their chapters take place at home. What are they supposed to do in their 3rd chapter? There's not enough time to start and finish a new storyline, so they delay with pointless things like a BSC meeting, a trip to the movies, and a trip to the circus. It's boring! The hurricane story helps a little since multiple characters can talk about it, but we're still left with a lot of filler. If I was in a worse mood, I might even say all of the chapters at home were filler, because none of them affect the title storyline of the girls visiting Sea City. So let's go through all the stories. Claudia has summer school, and her new friends were mildly interesting. They're not in the book long enough for me to get a sense of their personalities. I think it would have worked better if Claudia was in summer school the whole book, and we got a 3rd chapter to better know her new friends. As it is, we only see them twice. Marianne and Dawn's camp was also mildly interesting. It has the same problem as Claudia. We get the first day of camp and the last day and absolutely nothing in between. Only it's worse because the stepsisters share this storyline. It would have been much better if Marianne got the 2 camp chapters and Dawn got her own storyline. Jessi's storyline is sort of a failure. It's too similar to Kristy's. They both have storylines where they help kids who are destined to lose a competition. I think the stories would have been stronger if they were in separate books. If this was any other character, she would learn a lesson about trying to do too much as a super sitter, but this is Jessi, who is perfect, so her problem is resolved without her trying. Margot had the best kid chapter. It was cute. Karen's chapter was totally unnecessary. Buddy's chapter was halfway interesting, but it was 3.5 pages. Far too short to be anything other than a half-hearted transition chapter. Remember, this covers when the hurricane hit and the week after. That only deserves half a chapter? Nothing of real interest happened in all that time. Why even bother making a big deal of the hurricane if you're going to skip over it and nothing interesting happens as a result? Buddy's chapter makes a stab at resolving the Mrs. Barrett storyline. Mrs. Barrett is extremely stressed out during the vacation. Stacey complains about it at the start of the book, and then the whole thing sort of gets forgotten as Stacey moves on to complaining about Mallory. I think they should have handed the Mrs. Barrett is stressed subplot to Dawn. Dawn doesn't have a storyline, and she's worked with the stressed Barretts before. Kristy's baseball storyline was funny. Logan's story was okay. Reverse the order of his chapters and it'd be great. Because as it is dumb for Logan to be okay about Alex, then worry nonstop about Alex. It makes way more sense if he's worried about Alex, then realizes things are okay. As usual, every chapter starts with a 1 to 2 page postcard. Chapters 3 and 5 had good postcards, but the rest were all unimportant page wasters. They make up over 30 pages. I would have preferred 3 to 4 extra chapters over all the postcards. The best story was the love triangle with Mallory, Stacey, and Toby. Stacey's always a humongous jerk in Sea City, so it works. The pacing is off, though. Toby asks Mallory out. We don't hear her reaction because it's the end of her chapter, and we don't hear Stacey's reaction because her next chapter is hurricane boring. Then Mallory's next chapter is, oh no, I have to break up with Toby. The book lost a major opportunity to milk that drama cow for all it's worth. The love triangle resolution was basically a cop-out. Mallory doesn't remember Ben until the plot demands it, please. Overall, it's a bad super special. I'm not trying to be mean, but the Sea City book should take place in Sea City. This is not complicated. It also should have given all the girls a 3-chapter storyline, like the other super specials did, because most of them have 2 chapters of story and 1 chapter of fluff. I give Babysitters Club Super Special number 10, Sea City, Here We Come, a 3 out of 10.